So I work with dentists and doctors and attorneys and guys who have a lot of stuff, a lot of details. But guess what? They all know their profit goal. They all know their hard costs. They all know their variable costs. They all know the break-even point, and they all know the profit per customer. That's all you need to do. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? Now, I want to make sure we're into this here. It kind of as a wrap-up on this, if you go home today and you're not serious like a heart attack to do all these 8 steps, you just won't get success. Okay? No pressure, but you'll just be stuck and you'll be an intender, and that's not a good place to be because knowledge without application is meaningless. So your business model, that's great. It's great we have a business model. But the business model starts off with we start off with solving a problem for a customer. The pain the customer has is, that you solve is saving money.
Yeah.
And the gain is?
The comfort.
Yep. And then we have our big thing, our step 1, we have to determine our why. And your why is to make $100,000 a year 1, right?
Year 1.
And you want to eventually get to $500,000 so that you can buy a house, help your parents pay off their mortgage, reinvest, right? You got to do that. Now step number 2 we have here is we have to make sure that we know our big why, but we have to know our annual why. This has to be posted everywhere. You've got to put it where you can see it.
Yeah.
Make sense? Okay. Now point 3 is that we need to make sure we know how many deals per year. And we talked about this. It's not 50 anymore, right? It's actually 63 deals per year is what you need to achieve your goals, right? Step number 4 is you have to have your daily activity figured out. Make it a math problem, not this like, how do I grow my business? No. What activities do I have to do to grow my business? How much? If the math works, it'll work. Like I work with the dentist, and with the dentist I used to work with, we knew that if we did 20,000 mailers, we would get this many responses. And if we did this many door hangers, we get this many responses. And if we were top in Google, we would get this many responses. And so we just did the work needed to achieve his goals. And now the guy has 3 different locations. He's rocking and rolling. It's not like he's a genius. It's just we know the activity. Okay? Number 5 is that we want to know the daily schedule. So anytime that you have a big goal in your life, you're like, man, I want to get in shape. Man, I want to build my relationships. Man, well, ask yourselves, when am I going to do it? Ask yourself, when am I going to do that? Okay? And then put that on the schedule. And then point number 6 here is that we want to make sure we begin to develop these documented systems, our team, and our internal business controls. Okay? And our next step here is that we want to define your goals in more of a holistic sense so that you think about life not just financially, but your whole life there. And then the next area is you got to get that performance nailed down. Okay. Make sense?
Yeah.
In what area are you going, I don't get it? Or do you feel like it's hard to do, or it's overwhelming, or it's...
I mean, I understand all this so far.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah, I think I understand what you're trying to say. I still got to do this at home, though, and like kind of look at my receipts and see where I am spending money.
Yeah.
Netflix account or something.
Yeah. But and the big thing is that it will take you time to do this. Yeah. And I would just ask you, how much time will it take and when will you do it?
That's one of those things that I wanted to leave aside for Sunday, where I kind of reflect on the week and kind of move ahead towards the next one.
I agree, but this is how we're going to get there. It's not unicorns. We're not chasing luck. Okay, it's not any of that. Success is a choice. That's all it is. And so the question I would ask you is, what do you have to do? You know those 8 steps. And then the final question is, when will you do it? When are you going to do it? And if you'll think about today before you go home, okay, on the Sunday I get back, I'm going to do this part. On the Tuesday I get back, I'm going to do this. On Wednesday I'm going to do that. On Thursday I'm going to do that. Then we're off to the races. Cool?
Yeah.
We'll help you make those print pieces and all the door hangers and that kind of thing.
Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate you being here. You are a great American, and I appreciate you for not hopping on the plane that was slipping off the runway. That's always a bad deal.
Thank you.
Take care. Boom.